Cool. Well, let's talk about Instagram because you and I both like that way more.
Yeah, Instagram is the best.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. So Instagram, there's all sorts of things on Instagram. So I'm gonna actually pull up my Instagram right now. Who should be on Instagram?
So I think Instagram is also quite broad, but I would say it's more kind of the millennials, kind of like youth focused. So I'd say if you are counseling like teens or young adults and stuff, then definitely be on Instagram. Um,
Well, and
but
officially millennials go up until being born in 1980. And so even if there's because I was born 13 months before millennials started. So I'm like one of the youngest Gen Xers. So I married a millennial. Christina's one of the oldest millennials. So anyway, so if you're wanting to attract 20 or 30 somethings, even some
yeah,
teens, Instagram's awesome for that.
yeah.
Who else do you think is growing in regards to who's on Instagram?
Um, well, I think Instagram is fast becoming the most favored social media platform, just because of the imagery. Like you say, I think people enjoy the visual side of it, and it's like the story side of it as well. So, being able to share things that only appear for 24 hours, like kind of, it's like a constant kind of reel of your life, which I think people enjoy sharing with others. So yeah, I'd say probably not the older generation so much. I don't think my parents know what Instagram is or care.
Yeah.
But definitely like the younger up and coming people, everyone's on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some great kind of add-ons to it that you can do. So for example, I have an app that helps with some kind of little better editing of photos called Color
Mhm.
Story. That's free, and that's been really great because you can add all these different kind of effects to it. And then because Instagram's done a good job of making it where you really have to kind of directly upload from your phone, and so it's harder for people to really have a lot of that marketing stuff on there, which I think makes it feel like it's more authentic. Even though there are people that market on there are people that create things professionally and then they upload it that way.
Mhm.
But I think it's also created that barrier in a way that it makes it just a lot more people of just kind of snapping a picture, making it look good, and then uploading it from their phone.
So if you update your Instagram account to a business account, you can actually upload content from your desktop.
Oh, that's how we're doing it. I thought you were doing it from your phone the whole time. So smart. Even I
Yeah,
learned
so
something here.
that's one of the business account features, along with insights like analytics and things like that. And then you can obviously fill in more business information as well.
You guys see why I'm not leading this by myself? Sam knows way more than I do. So what are some of the principles that people should know about Instagram? Like maybe what types of content? Let's start there. Like what kind of types of content are popular on Instagram?
So I think from a business perspective, quotes are obviously popular. So that's something that we do on Practice of the Practice, obviously quite a bit. But then again, like what we were sharing the other day about, including a bit of your personality as well. So, including some shots of kind of like what you're doing, or, your office or things that you're interested in, especially kind of using that content on your story side of things. So, if you go for a hike on the weekend, kind of like taking a story of the view, things like that, like people enjoy engaging with content like that. I think the most important
So
aspect
before you
of
go too
Instagram.
far, so the difference between an Instagram story and just Instagram content, define that for us.
Okay, cool. So to access the story, if you just go onto Instagram, your little picture will be in the top left. If you just click on that, it'll say add story. And there's different kinds of stories. So you can either just upload a photo from your phone, or you can take a photo, or you can kind of hold the button and it takes a video, or you can take a boomerang, which is those like shaky like things that go
They
for a
like
few
keep
seconds.
looping.
Yeah. So there's various things, and you can add stickers and things like that. But basically, a story will only appear for 24 hours unless you add it to your profile. Oh, are you doing it right now?
I'm adding an Instagram story right now.
Okay, cool. So it will last for 24 hours unless you add it to your profile, which is a recent thing that they've enabled. Whereas a actual Instagram post will obviously be there forever unless you choose to archive it at some stage. So yeah, so that's kind of the main difference between the two.
What
And
kind of things would you say this is an activity you should do as a story versus one that you should do on just your regular post?
so I think the most important thing about kind of your posts, or the people that kind of take Instagram seriously, is making sure that your profile looks really nice. So kind of like when you click on your profile and you see all your posts in that grid, maintaining visual consistency throughout those posts and making sure that kind of everything looks really nice. So I'd say first and foremost, like the quality of the photo or the post needs to be a bit better if it's going to be a post that stays there forever, whereas a story obviously doesn't matter so much. And I'd say the story kind of use the stories to showcase your personality a bit more. So whereas your actual Instagram feed will be more quotes and things that you've maybe created specifically to market your business, your story can then be, as I mentioned earlier, like, you know, cocktails with colleagues, or doing a hike on the weekend, kind of things like that. Or using it for like a bit of a Facebook Live, but on Instagram. So to like share something quickly with your followers, taking a video of yourself chatting, yeah, something like that.
Well, what I like about stories is you can kind of add text over top of it or hashtags over top of it and make it look a little bit.
You can tag people as well, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
when it comes to Instagram, what other things for the business Instagram, tell us a little bit about the analytics. Like, what do you see with that? How does that help you inform your business?
So it's basically just showing engagement. So how people are engaging with your posts, if they're double tapping it, so if they're liking it or commenting, kind of which posts are doing the best. So I'd say definitely keep tabs on that to know what's working and what you should replicate and what you should stop doing. And it also will kind of inform you on the best times to post. Another really cool thing that Newsstand discovered is an app or a plugin or whatever called linktree.com. So usually Instagram only allows you to include one link in your bio, which can be a bit of a downside if you're wanting to promote more things than just kind of your website homepage. But linktree.com allows you to set up a few links for free. So in practice, you'll see that if you go to our bio and you click on the link, you'll then be taken to like a bit of a separate landing page where you can either go to the website or the podcast or the YouTube channel. So it kind of covers all our bases, which is really cool. And then you don't need to worry about changing the link the whole time. You can kind of just always say link in bio, no matter what you're promoting.
Awesome. That's super cool.